The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the main event mark, PWPH Wrestling Network and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the main event mark.
Hello, check. Yeah, so I hope you can hear me. This is Angelo from the Main Event Mark Podcast, and you're listening to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. And this is the Main Event Mark Podcast, a PWPH Wrestling Networks podcast. So, kamusta? Alam niyo bakit tayo walang episode recently, So, para lang sa kaalaman nyo, recently kasi nagkaroon kami ng trip pa Boracay. So ayun, full expense trip to Boracay. Sumama ako doon. Dala-dala ko pa nga tong gear ko with my trip sa Boracay. And I realized that things will not go in my way dahil yung gilid mismo ng aking hotel or motel namin that time, there's a video okay surrounding around it. And I'm trying my best to record an episode on that part, pero sumasapaw yung audio. So, hindi talaga siya nagtutugma o hindi rin siya marinig ng ayos. So, I apologize if we don't have any episodes last week. So, now this week, we have two. So, this week will be my ramblings on every wrestling from last week's Raw until Genesis, and then now until Saturday night's main event. And then next episode of the pod before the Royal Rumble, we are going to have some episode as well to predict the Royal Rumble. PLE. So bago tayo magpatuloy, maraming salamat sa lahat ng nakikinig, sumusuporta, walang tigil na pakikinig dito sa main event. Pasensya na, din ako nakapag-post very recently kasi di na rin naman ako active sa X. Sa X din na talaga ako active. Feeling ko kasi X is no longer the place to be when it comes to my posting. So, if you're wondering why I am no longer posting on my X, that's the reason why. Active pa rin naman yung SOCMED ko sa X. I'm trying to check that from time to time, but when it comes to activities, hindi na. Kasi hindi na rin para sa akin ang X. Sa Blue Sky naman, ang problema ko sa Blue Sky is like Twitter na may pagka-threads na nakakabuwisit. Same lang. Parang nakakabuwisit lang din. Yung threads, wag nang isipin yung threads ko. What the fuck's happening here? Yun. So, thank you for all of your support and everyone who is listening to the pod. There's a lot of things happened in the world of wrestling, and of course we will tackle that every single week except for last week because of some things happened in reality, and there's some reality as well that needs to be occurred. So ito nga, kagaya nga ng discuss natin previously sa pod, that TNA and WWE had their partnership for this shows going forward, and kung paano nga ba mag-i-struct ito going forward with their deals or shows going forward is actually we don't know. Kung ako tatanungin nyo, mas interested ako on how TNA shows will go going forward, or if NXT will also be part of that. Obviously, we know, yes, kasi may tinis sila a lot on their TV show, and we would just wanted to know more on how it should go or how it should happen, diba? Pero TNA Genesis, in my honest opinion, was an amazing show start to finish. Hindi na siguro ako magbibigay ng full recap of my thoughts about the show because of lack of time, I guess. Pero ayun, pero habang pinag-uusapan ko kasi sa Boracay mismo yung show, or pinifigure out ko how things will go sa show na to, Ang highlight lang ng show na to, in my honest opinion, was the main event. Joe Hendry versus Nick Nemeth. TNA title. The match was really good. I think the match justifying the partnership between WWE and NXT, and to me that was memorable and amazing. If they were able to capitalize the partnership, kung sasali man si Joe Hendry sa Royal Rumble, but we know we don't. We don't gonna see him in the Royal Rumble because of the prior commitments done sa Jericho Cruise. So, it's actually not possible unless TNA is going to pull out Joe Hendry from that event. So, ito lang muna. We have this stuff for the TNA. TNA is actually amazing. But hindi ako fan talaga nung hindi ako fan nung busted radio. Sorry guys. Ayun, so we're just gonna continue with that. So, let's give some thought on Mackenzie Mitchell, who returned to TNA after years, 2018 I guess, for the first time, this time as the ring announcer of TNA. I love Jade Jong, the one that they had in TNA for the past year, but I'm trying to grow with that one. There's a problem though. They're trying to recreate Samantha Irvin in Jade Jong, and para sa akin, di siya nag-work out well. Sorry. That's my thoughts on Jade Jong, and she's still good, to be honest. Pero, Mackenzie Mitchell, I think she's still trying to figure out her pitch, especially with the TNA live episode this past week as well. She's still trying to compose herself. That, like, puta, ako na pala mag-announce ito. Like, Jade Jong is doing a really good job on the ring announcing table, or kung ano man yung pinagawa sa kanya. Mackenzie Mitchell, I always loved her when it comes to the backstage roles in WWE. So, it might take some time to me to see how TNA will adjust with Mackenzie Mitchell on her new role in TNA Wrestling as the ring announcer. And I hope that we are able to grow with this one. So, okay. So, TNA Genesis was sold out. It was amazing to me. And I really love the presentation of the show. It's amazing. So, before we continue on the review, thank you as well again for everyone who is listening on the pod, and hope everyone can able to listen to this show every week on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube, and also on other podcast platforms every week here on our platforms. So, excuse me. So, ano ba hindi natin pag-usapan? So, TNA, let's do a recap. So, Moose versus Ace Austin. That's for the TNA X Division title. I think that this was a really good match for the opener, like what we are mentioning. Ano ba tawag dito? TNA with X Division titles will always be a really good idea. No? Yung mga ring announcers, di rin naman nila na-reveal yung bagong belt ni Moose, so that's awkward to me. Ang weird. But regardless, okay. So, the match was amazing. I think that was really good. The chemistry then with Moose and Austin was really great to me. Then, the typical heel streak or chic with the distractions and all of that, that was really good to me as well. So, that was amazing. Okay, so prior to this, keep in mind that PCO or JCW, like, he's a fucking idiot, destroyed the belt, that's the digital media title, which is addressed by Step Delander, that PCO gave her the championship. So she's now the digital media champion and the heavyweight champion. I don't know how the heavyweight title will go with that going forward, but that was really good writing. Yes, that was odd, but when it comes to the story, it makes sense. I love it. Then, Eric Young and Steve Backlund versus the System. Okay. This was fine. This was fine, I guess. Parang, okay lang din, I guess. TNA Knockouts titles. Spitfire versus Ash by Elegance and Heater by Elegance. So, this match, actually, I am going to say here that Ash by Elegance, Dana Brooke, is actually improving and she's amazing lately, man. Dana Brooke, I hope she will be able to cross over again to WWE NXT. I swear, this Dana Brooke is definitely the best Dana Brooke that we had. And sa totoo lang, may potential naman talaga si Dana Brooke. They just need to use her well. And we got that here. It's amazing. Si Dana Brooke on her best potential. Less botches. I mean, yes, hindi naman perfect si Dana as a wrestler, but she's still amazing to me. And I cannot wait to see more on her, especially we have now the crossovers from WWE and TNA. That's good. The match was great, but hindi tayo sure what will be the direction of the Elegances. Yung Spitfire naman, parang there's something incorrect on how they should book them as a team. Or Danny Luna, ako talaga sabihin ko, sana mas push siya balalo as a solo competitor. I would love to see her on that. Okay, next one. This is by far the best match of the show, aside from the main event. Tessa Blanchard versus Jordan Grace. Yes. Yes, we know. Yes, we know that Tessa is part of this controversy that we're getting recently. Dami ko nang sinabi dito sa podcast ko about Tessa Blanchard. And yes, I'm aware of what the hell Tessa Blanchard is saying since 2020. Sinasabi ko dito, I'm going to give Tessa Blanchard a chance to prove herself, as long as she will also apologize sincerely on her actions. Kaso wala pa naman nangyayari. Nag-apologize lang siya. Saan siya nag-apologize? So, wala. Wala. We have to wait on that. But regardless, the match was really good. That was amazing. There's a lot of people actually that's still complaining about her on TV. But I'm just happy to see her on TV. Then she's very good to be on TV full time. But yeah, regardless, that was really good. Tessa Blanchard versus Jordan was really good. If you noticed, the match was actually amazing. That was 21 minutes match. Tapos, ano pa ba? Ang tawag dito. After nun, di ba, na-realize din natin that ni-write off na nila si Jordan. Di niya kinamayan si Tessa. Yes, I get that because of the kayfabe continuity. That was really good to me. But yeah, that was it. To be honest, the match is definitely one of my favorite women's matches so far in 2025. And actually, that was really good. I cannot wait to see more of Tessa Blanchard talaga. Yes, Jordan Grace is actually really good too. But Tessa, top of her level. This should be how we book Tessa Blanchard. She's amazing. I hope lang na if she was able to sign with WWE, as Fightful confirmed this week that she's already signed with WWE, then okay, I hope we can see more of Tessa and TNA, and definitely Jordan in WWE. So yeah, that's the case. So next match is an I Quit match. Josh Alexander versus Mike Santana. So that match was really good in my honest opinion. And alam nyo, ang lala ng twist na tong match na to. So after the match, Josh Alexander actually announced that he is also quitting. Yes, we know it's also being rumored that Josh is also leaving the company. And yes, that was already being confirmed as well. So, wait a minute, guys. We have some breaking news to share with you guys. I'm just going to interfere my TNA review as we are reporting. This was reported first by PW Insider and Raso Votes. WWE Clash in Paris is set for Sunday, May 31st. WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings, today announced that Clash in Paris will emanate from Paris La Défense Arena on Sunday, August 31st, 2025. This marks the first time in a WWE PLE will be held in the French capital. Paris La Défense Arena is the largest indoor venue in Europe and has hosted global artists including Taylor Swift, the Rolling Stones, and Bruce Springsteen. In addition to Clash in Paris on Sunday August 31st, the Paris La Défense Arena will also host WWE Raw, which will be broadcasted globally on Monday, September 1st. So, that was the information that we received from this breaking news that we got. So I'm just gonna give my short thoughts on that. So WWE in Europe was actually really good, especially with this announcement that we just got from WWE. We got the press release, and we are being told that Paris is finally hosting a PLE after ng Perth. Tsaka nung dito, yung announcement nila prior sa France, that was really good also. And Raw airing live on Netflix. Maganda ito for the US crowd since 3 a.m. ito sa atin, 3 p.m. in the States possibly. Pucha, I cannot wait to see more of this. I hope we can see TAP also airing this live at 3 a.m. I hope we can get more clarity on this, especially Raw is ang plano kasi ng WWE with Raw, since madalas yung magiging tour nila outside of United States, they are going to air it live in the States and also outside of the States. So yung may WWE deal with Netflix, swerte nyo kasi makapapanood nyo to without any interruption, without any bullshit. You can watch that as well. So that's our breaking news this week on the pod. So let's continue. Josh Alexander versus Mike Santana. To me, personally, this was a really good I Quit match. Not expecting too much about it. The feud was actually good. Alam niyo, personally, hindi ako fan ng I Quit matches as feud enders. Gusto ko sa mga feud enders no holds barred, yung mga may structure. Pero I Quit, I don't think it will work. Pero hindi ako fan na hindi talaga ako sobrang fan. Kasi sobrang rare din to see that the face actually is losing. Hindi din siya nag-fit on both Josh and Mike Santana. Medyo noticeable din yung mga zip tie on Josh Alexander. And then Alexander told him, after the match that he's the standard of TNA now, and Josh Alexander quits TNA. Yeah, I know that this was already been confirmed, pero okay. I hope we can see more of Josh and WWE down the line as well. Or maybe TNA or NXT. Malay nyo. Then ito isa pa. The Hardys versus the Rascals. For the tag titles. Personally, the match was weak. That was basic as fuck. Mas excited pa ako doon sa return ng as a debut ng Fraxium. Mas excited pa ako doon. Sa totoo lang kasi dito. I think the Rascals is actually holding back their offenses with the Hardys. And that was it for me. That was awkward. Okay, that was it. So we have the TNA Knockouts title. Clockwork Orange House of Fun match between Masha Slamovich versus Rosemary. So the match was fine. Okay, that was better than that was better than what I expected. But okay. 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 Okay lang siya sa akin. Not the best match of the night for sure. Then we have Cora Jade actually appearing on TNA Wrestling on Genesis then. It's actually really good. So ito pala yung tease nila on NXT prior to that. That Masha Slamovich actually watched NXT from the arena itself in PC. Okay. Then the main event, like what I expected and discussed, Nick Nemeth was able to put over Joe Hendry finally for the TNA World title. So also we saw Frankie Kazarian actually trying to cash in his career shot, pero John Layfield actually interrupted as well and hits him with clothesline from hell. I love it. And eto medyo interesting din sa akin that they were able to call out the information na wala pa nakaka-kick out, standing ovation, and Nick Nemeth kicked out of that. So that was a really good call by Tom Hannifan. And I really love also the fact that sobrang strong nung finisher ni Joe Hendry. That was good. And then after that, we just waited for a few minutes. Then we saw the finish. Joe Hendry pits Nick Nemeth for the TNA title. That was really, really good. Okay, so oh my god, the match was fun, pero for sure hindi tayo kayang maka-promise that Joe Hendry will be able to give us bangers like Will Ospreay. But regardless, that was a long overdue moment, long overdue match for him, and we love it. Yep. 2025 for TNA was actually really good to me. That was actually amazing. And then there's a Blanchard versus Jordan. Man, you have guys to watch it. You have to watch it. That was amazing for sure. You should watch it. So that's it for our podcast this week. Yun lang. So yun lang muna ang ating episode for this part. For this part lang. So we will continue with TNA Impact. So mabilis lang to para sadahan lang natin ang ating TNA Impact. So TNA Impact this week. So for the first time, yes, it's live. So we have Moose and JDZ versus the Hardys. Then I think that Tessa and Jordan was done also. Ayan. Then actually that was amazing part. So also, we saw that Cardona hindi talaga ako fan na si Matt Cardona yung una nakakuha ng shot. No, that's not my thing. Yan. So, that was bad. Pero ewan ko din. Ito. So, pinakita ng TNA yung highlights from the turn or this match of, parang, ewan ko, parang walang tiwala si TNA when it comes to wala silang tiwala kay Josh that they will be able to have this face turn or heel turn. No. Pero yun, awkward siya sa akin. Then, let's continue with the Cora J thing. Like what we said, they are screwing Masha over just to build this match further. That's really good to me. Then, we have also di ko na siguro i-recap ng buo to, but I find the Fraxium versus the Rascal is better than the what we got in the event. That was actually really good. Then Mustafa Ali again is now part on TNA. That was really good. Okay. Then, yun, so, okay lang. Main event was okay lang for me. So, hindi ko na tatapusin yung review. But, actually, the TNA Impact, that was fine. I'm not gonna watch live TNA again. Okay, so, continue tayo with Saturday night's main event. Then, we should cap off for now for this episode of the pod. So, Saturday night's main event, that was pretty okay. Not expecting too much on this show, like what we are mentioning. We are not expecting too much about it on this specific show. Kasi parang, okay. parang okay. Ano bang problema dito, no? Okay, so let's do a recap on the action here. So Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Ito, good thing about SNME, I was able to watch it live sa hotel. So that's good to me that I was able to watch this live. So wala akong problema when it comes to my thoughts about the show. Okay, so let's continue with that. Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley for the women's world title. That was fine. Ang concern ko lang with this, I think this was not that better than the easy match last year. Getting this win from Nia Jax is actually credible to me. And parang alam nyo kasi, mas madaling makakatch ng reactions if we are getting a credible heel as well to help Nia Jax or to help Rhea Ripley to be over. Okay, so let's continue the next match. We have Sheamus versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title. So this match was actually okay lang siguro. Parang nabitin lang ako sa dami ng commercials. Fast-paced match din siya, so for sure we could not expect a lot about this match. And actually that was really good. And then parang may kulang lang sa akin. Siguro parang feeling ko icing on the cake talaga if Sheamus actually beats Braun Breaker for the title. Ayun, yun lang. Then we have the contract signing between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. So Okay, so we got this contract signing basically. KO actually informing by Sean that bakit mukha kang jealous that now ewan ko ito. Let me hear me out about this. Everyone is actually complaining why KO sold that super kick from Shawn Michaels. I don't get the fans actually complaining about it. Like, switching music is actually a finisher, not a fucking super kick. Hindi siya super kick lang. This is switching music from Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels is the one who is hitting the move. If he is the one who is hitting the move, we call the super kick switching music. Mahirap ba yun? Mahirap ba yun? Like, what the fuck? We don't need to explain this to all of you guys unless you are a newbie fan of wrestling. Like, super kick is very usual in wrestling nowadays. But we have to acknowledge switching music is only applicable as signature move if it was named super kick and it's not Shawn Michaels using it. And since Shawn Michaels was the one who is using the move, we should call it switching music. It is what it is. That's the signature here. And then, since it was a ladder match, then we got teased of the ladder basically. Then, that was really good, personally. Then, next one, Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. Personally, this was amazing, man. They presented Jacob Fatu amazing, man. This was basically used as a build to set up another match between two of them. Then they also built Jacob Fatu like an amazing talent then in his own right. So that was amazing to me. So that was a plus. Then main event, obviously, let's continue. Diretso na tayo. Main event, Gunter versus Jay Uso. Jay Uso for the World Heavyweight title. The match was pretty good. Not expecting too much about it, like what I said. Hindi ako makapredict where we are trying to call this out. And yes, hindi pa rin ako fan ng mga title matches like this na ilalagay siya sa TV. Like, it's only 10 minutes that we saw on this thing. I'm not sure why we're still getting commercials on this part of the show. But regardless, that was really good to me. Para sa akin lang, mas okay yung SNME ngayon compared nung last week. Yeah, definitely. I think mas okay din siguro na nag-main event na lang si Jesse Ventura. Ang dami kong nasabing maganda kay Jesse Ventura last time. Pero siguro ngayon, I would say mas okay talaga if he will call the main event instead of this match. Yan. That is siguro my nitpick. So, yun, last thing before we end the show this week. One of the shows. So, sorry. Let's talk about Collision. So, we have this tease between Toni Storm and Mariah May in a match for the women's title that we still don't know when and how we'll be able to watch it. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Why we are still promoting a pay-per-view event that we don't know how we can watch it, or we don't know how we can watch it. Like, what the fuck? Come on, AEW. I know you're better than this, TK, but this is not. You're booking too much, man. Like this is suck to me. So, Mariah May actually berated Tony Storm during this promo. Then nag-comeback si Tony, like what the fuck? They actually set up this nakalimot na Tony Storm to be able to bait Mariah May na maging timeless ulit siya. And it's actually really good that aware pa din si Mariah May or si Tony Storm on what she did to her. That was really good character development. And yung pagiging delulu ni Mariah May all throughout, it's working on me. But TK, good God, I hope we can see the match instead on Revolution instead of this show, in my honest opinion. I know this is Tony Storm's hometown, pero no, I have to say no. Siguro we should see this on their show instead sa March Revolution. So, yan lang muna for me for now here on the pod. So we can discuss more of our shit and the coming episode before we review or predict the Royal Rumble. We will talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and Pusu Wrestling as we will continue to talk about professional wrestling here on the main event mark. So I have to leave the fuck out of here. You can follow the Support the Pod on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, or X, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and the rest of the podcast platforms at Main Event Mark PW. I hope you can support also Pro Wrestling Philippines Club at PWPH Select. Also, you can follow and support the pod on Patreon, patreon.com/Main Event Mark PW, and please follow me on social media at AG Benera. For now, in behalf of everyone here on the pod, on the PWPH Wrestling Network, so thank you for listening on this yet another episode of the pod. Bye for now and see you later. Stay safe and stay wrestle. Bye for now.